Bachelor of Science in Marriage and Family. My Bachelor of Science in Marriage and Family Studies internship. I was at Greendale, Wisconsin Middle School, and I was a special education paraprofessional. How did I find this internship? I've been working at this site, at the school, for the past 8 years. I work with children that are in the special education program. I looked at the requirements for my internship, and I realized that I could meet all of these requirements while keeping my job at the middle school. The requirements that I found on the BYUI website were it was listed as job opportunities to prepare me for receiving my Bachelor's of Science in Marriage and Family Studies. And the way that they wanted me to prepare was to test drive a career, basically using that time to get my foot in the door of a company that I wanted to work at, get some work experience, and give an opportunity to apply what I have learned through my studies. And I looked at what I was doing, and I realized that I wanted to stay at the school. I emailed the school, I emailed BYU Idaho and asked the professor there if I could use my job as an internship, and they did respond that I could. And then I asked the assistant principal at the school, and she said that she would be my person, and she was really happy to do it for me. My responsibilities at the internship were plenty, but it was a lot of fun, and every day was different. Some of them that I have listed here, I helped special education students meet the goals that are set on their IEPs. I helped them learn how to organize their school day in the best way that worked for them. I kept in contact with parents throughout the day through Google Docs so they could see what was happening at school and what was working for their child and what they could expect when their child returned home, which is really important for parents of special education children. They really want to know what's going on at school, and it calms them from knowing what's going to be happening when their kids get back home. I help to modify classroom lessons in their core classes to accommodate their individual learning styles and abilities. I collected data and communicated observations of student behaviors with teachers. I applied support and assistance for low to high level academic, behavioral, functional, and social emotional needs in all environments. I provided one-on-one, small group, and large group supervision, and I am an interventionist for functional behavioral needs. I have a knowledge of nonviolence crisis intervention and trauma-informed care practices, which really came in handy because we had a couple students with oppositional defiance disorder, and they did need to be calmed down several times. I perform physical interventions, including personal safety techniques and physical restraint of students who are a danger to themselves and to others. I worked collaboratively and cooperatively with administrators, staff, parents, and students. I demonstrated appreciation and respect for diversity and ability to promote this appreciation within the school community. I maintained a high level of ethical behavior and confidentiality of information about students and staff. I used word processing software, computer equipment, and assistive technology with nonverbal students. And I worked tirelessly to demonstrate a Christ-like love for each child and do all that I could to allow them to learn that they are valuable, teachable, and lovable. How did I benefit the site I served? I was a sounding board. A lot of the female students, these are, 11, 12-year-old girls, they would often come to me with social issues. They found that they were able to trust me, and I was able to give them good advice. I believed I helped alleviate a lot of middle school drama by helping them move on from their problems and find positive solutions. This helped administration as well because it didn't clog up their system with smaller problems that could be resolved without having to go to the office. I was a schedule juggler. I became very, very good at this. There were many times that we were short staffed due to illnesses or other issues, and I was able to quickly figure out who would best work with which student. This took stress away from teachers and administration almost daily. And another way that I benefited the site I served, I was a leader and a professional. My coworkers often came to me and asked advice for different reasons. For example, how to word an email or text, what to do when a student did something unexpected, or when it was appropriate to involve administration. I benefited from my internship too. I learned so much while I was doing my internship. I had to do reflection papers every day, and they completely made me think of what I was doing. I looked at my days differently, and I realized what all I was getting out of my work at the middle school. I'm now leaning towards getting certified as a special education teacher. While I was at work every day, I had the ability to focus on what I've learned during my studies. I was able to remember different tools I had that I could use in my work with my students and my coworkers. I'm so very grateful for having had to do an internship. I was resentful while I was trying to find something, but now I know the importance of it. One of the important connections that I made from my studies in my family and community relationships class, I learned about stressors. I learned how we approach them and trying to solve them will ultimately decide the outcome. For example, if I were to say, I can't do this, I cannot believe all these people are out sick today, things are going to fall apart, we don't have enough people to take care of these kids, everyone around me would become stressed and the kids would feel it as well. Instead, I learned to take it in stride and get things done as best I could. We can change the outcome in 3 ways. We can lower stressors, increase resources, or alter our perception. While all 3 can contribute to better outcomes, focusing too much on the stressors or problems in our lives can also foster fear, cynicism, and anxiety. Whereas increasing our resources can foster confidence, hope, and optimism. It is faith in action. 10 out of 10, I would recommend. I would highly recommend working in a school for your internship if you are in the Marriage and Family Studies program. Schools need all the help they can get right now, and students are in need of professionals that can help them during emotional crisis. Teachers do not always have the time for that, and as an intern, you can help vulnerable students get through their long days at school. Middle school, never a dull moment.